Mike DeWine visits Cridersville Elementary School to discuss the science of reading and how to implement it in Ohio classrooms.
Our Madison Kanjura was with the governor and has more.
Balanced literacy is a teaching method based on the idea that teaching reading should give children the joy of reading from the beginning. However, it does not have a targeted focus on phonics, and since 1984, schools across the country have taken this approach. Unfortunately, in that time, reading scores plummeted, and the COVID-related loss of learning time made it even worse. A 2022 study done by the National Report Card showed only 35% of American children are reading proficiently. Walpole Canetta City Schools was no exception. And 2 years ago, the district came together, determined to change the statistics.
We looked at the science of reading being most important, starting with phonics and phonemic awareness and moving on to comprehension, vocabulary, all those topics, but what's the top priority? And we decided to start with phonics.
Once students gain phonemic awareness, they then move on to reading comprehension. And at Cridersville Elementary School, the new approach has been anything but disappointing.
The teachers were so much more comfortable teaching reading. And what we then started to notice with our students was that they were just so much happier in the reading classes. We saw their discipline kind of move down a little bit, and now, of course, their reading is improving as well.
The improvement is a direct result of the district's 5-year plan to implement a systematic and structured literacy program with complete fidelity. And while Cridersville is only 2 years in, they've already caught the attention of Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and his wife, Frances.
They have demonstrated that this will make a big difference. This will change lives. We heard from, 3 students who, frankly, look like their lives have been fundamentally changed because they went from
they were told they couldn't read.
Students who couldn't really read until students who can read now.
As a result of Cridersville Elementary and schools across the state implementing the science of reading, Governor DeWine signed an executive order under the notion of promoting evidence-based literacy instruction aligned with the science of reading in Ohio classrooms.
This is really the way to do it. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. We put money in the budget. Think about $170 million to help our schools make that transition and to be able to make sure that the staff is trained, and also we are also paying for the curriculum and all the materials.
The executive order will be carried out over the next 2 years. In Cridersville, I'm Madison Kanjura with your News Now.
Thank you, Madison.